Hi everyone, my name is Air Salazar and welcome to my channel. So this is my first official video for this channel called Pretty Positive. It's going to be a channel about women empowerment, mental health, the body, self-care and self-love, and all of that good stuff. We're all new here, so I invite you to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you found it helpful. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who's already subscribed here and for your support so far. Thank you for your support in this journey, and without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start with self-love and self-care this month. It's February, and February is commonly known as Love Month also because February 14 is Valentine's Day, and while Valentine's Day is created for couples, like, paano naman tayong mga single, diba? Shout out to my single guys and girls out there. Self-love is how you begin to have good relationships. In the words of the wise philosopher RuPaul, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Amen! Yeah, because if you don't love yourself, how are you gonna love other people, right? So it's very important to start with that, to love yourself first. Let's start with self-love and self-care because they are used almost interchangeably all the time. We hear it all the time, diba? And then, parang I know how it gets confusing. Now, what's the difference between self-care and self-love anyway? The common misconception first is that being in love with yourself or caring for yourself is selfish, which is not the case. I'd like to just get that out of the way, that self-love and self-care are not selfish practices. They're actually fundamental to giving to other people because you can't pour from an empty cup. So you can't give away what you don't have, diba? So you have to fill yourself up with a lot of care and a lot of love so that you're able to give that to other people as well. So I'm looking down because I have notes. Just so this is the way that I'd like to look at the difference between self-love and self-care is that self-love is the theory or the groundwork behind the practice of self-care. So it's the inner work that you have to do in order to really take care of yourself. Is it possible to practice self-care without self-love? The answer is yes, because it's easy to go out and get the face mask, lie on your couch and just relax, right? But it's not a really full experience if you don't love yourself first, if you don't do these things out of self-love. So when you take care of yourself because you love yourself, it becomes a more effective, a more holistic and full experience. Now, self-care is the ritual or the practical, tangible things that express self-love. So when you put self-love and self-care together, that's the best experience that you can give to yourself. I'd like to think of self-love as self-parenting. Not that I have any children of my own, right? I don't know how to really parent, but I just like to look at it this way. When you see a child or when you deal with a child, right, your instinct is to nourish the child, to take care of him or her, to give them what they need, to care for them. You're not supposed to be mean to children. You're not supposed to tell them bad things about themselves or things that will lead them to be insecure or feel that they're not enough, diba? So it's the same thing with self-love and self-parenting. You have to keep telling yourself nice things and encourage yourself, love yourself. Self-love is grounded on gratitude and acceptance about what you have physically, emotionally. You have to be thankful for who you are and who you were, all of your experiences, the good and the bad, all the things that make you who you are. So now I'm going to go ahead and give you like maybe pointers about where to start and the ways to practice self-love, because self-love muna before self-care. First is to be aware and mindful of your feelings. So I'm saying feelings because this includes feelings of the body, physical feelings, and feelings of the heart, the spirit, emotional. You have to check in with yourself. Like for instance, physically, are you tired? Are you sleepy? Are you energized? Are you refreshed? You have to keep asking yourself these questions. Am I hungry? Am I well nourished? Am I dehydrated? Did I forget to drink my water? Do I need to take a bath? You know, yung mga questions na ganon are things that you have to keep asking yourself to check in order to give yourself what you need, in order to care for yourself. Next is emotional feelings, like actual emotions. Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I just comfortable? Am I angry? Am I grieving? Am I in denial? You know, so you have to keep checking in with yourself. Second is accountability and responsibility for your feelings. So now that you know what they are, you have to own them. You have to be honest with yourself and confront yourself about these kinds of things. So the natural instinct really is to be afraid of confrontation. Especially confrontation with ourselves, not just confrontation with others, also with ourselves. Admitting where we are wrong, where we can improve, you know, just all the things we need to work on. So we have to be vulnerable and honest with ourselves. So when we don't want to deal with all these things, we turn to distractions. Maybe you're on social media too much. Maybe you go out and drink too much. Or, you know, we all have our own forms of distracting ourselves. And that's not always healthy. So we have to be honest with ourselves and have a kind conversation with ourselves so that we can come up with better solutions and better ways to care for ourselves. So baseline always when confronting yourself is be compassionate but also very honest so that you open yourself up to growth, right? Third is gratitude and acceptance of self. So I've gone through this earlier. You have to be grateful for your journey thus far, your gifts, your talents. Are you creative? Are you kind? Are you generous? You are. I'm telling you. You're intelligent, you're beautiful, you're awesome. Be really honest about your gifts. That's not being mayabang or being prideful of yourself. That's just being really honest about what you're good at, and there's nothing wrong about that. You have to be grateful also and accepting of your flaws and weaknesses, because we all have them. Nobody's perfect, right? So yeah, just acknowledge na I need work on this. I need more discipline. I need to be more consistent, to be more committed, or all of these other things that only you know about yourself. Right? So you have to accept those things. Fourth is, when you have all of these things down, define your own worth. What does that even mean? Diba? Define your own worth. Be completely secure about yourself and source your worth from the inside. You know, we've heard it time and time again that what matters is what's on the inside. There is a dog outside. And it's a cliche for a reason, because it's true. You know, beauty fades. We will all get old. We all get scars and bumps along the way, literally and figuratively, right? But if you're secure on the inside, when you acknowledge your gifts and your talents, when you look at your journey, all your problems, your hardships as something to be proud of, then you're good. Along with that is the recognition that comparison is not only useless but harmful. If you compare your life with other people when you have no idea what they're going through, you have no idea about their own journey, that only harms you. You put yourself down for all the insufficiencies, or hindi ka, ano yun? Hindi ka sapat, ganyan. Feeling mo hindi ka sapat. Ikaw lang yung nahihirapan doon. So, just focus on yourself and don't compare yourself with others or the standards of others with regards to beauty, success, and all of these external measurements for worth, right? So you have to be secure in your own worth. You define it yourself. And then the most important thing is that when you don't compare yourself with others, you allow yourself and others the space to express, to just live your own journey, and to be exactly who you are, and you give them space to be exactly who they are. Diba? There's enough space for everybody in this world, and there's and we're all just responsible for our own journey. In other words, wag tayo makikialam sa iba. Let's just focus on ourselves and doing what's right for ourselves and just going on this personal journey for us. So these are the steps, again, or the pointers on how to practice self-love. 1, be aware and mindful of your feelings. 2, be accountable and responsible for your feelings. 3, be grateful and accepting of yourself, everything about yourself. And 4, you define your own worth. Self-love gives us the power to create more harmonious and peaceful relationships with ourselves and then with others. So, I don't know about you, but it's just a beautiful thing to me, and that's why I want to share it with all of you. A lot of people ask me how I have become confident, or wala na akong pake dun sa mga zits ko or sa mga bilbil ko or all of these things, diba? It wasn't always easy. The journey towards self-love is not easy. It's going to take a lot of work, and it's a process. I used to be very insecure about a lot of things. I still am insecure about some things ngayon, and we're all a work in progress, and that's okay. You are beautiful the way you are. You don't have to hear it from anybody else. Just tell it to yourself na I'm worthy, I'm enough, I'm beautiful, I'm okay. That's where I will leave you to your thoughts right now. Okay, so for those of you watching, now I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I want to hear about your self-love resolutions for this month. Whether it be being more honest to myself, or being more grateful and accepting of who I am, ganyan. I'd like to hear how you're going to start your self-love journey in the comments below. Before I released this video, a week ago, I opened a giveaway on my Instagram. That's at Arian Salazar. And I'd like to congratulate the winner! I hope these things inspire you to take care of yourself better, and especially this one to remind you to love you more. That's it for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button below. If there are things that you'd like me to talk about or things that I can improve, please comment on the comment section down below. This is something I have to get used to. Please bear with me. I hope this video helps you, and I'll see you in the next one. So I'm sending you love and light. Stay pretty positive.